We're on the deck, and it's really not like, it's actually quite pleasant for about to be November. However, though, sitting here, it was smart to just bring the heavy coat, put some more layers on. You don't need the layers zippered, but it's good to keep some of that body heat. It's important. I hope you're doing well. Um, I had kind of overall a bad week. But that's the thing. Life goes on, um, or does it? Well, it does actually. Remember, you never die. You will shed this physical body, but um, you were made in the image of God, so you are an eternal being, and that's a problem. Um, you're not going anywhere. You need to get that out of your head, thinking that once you die, that's it. That's not it. You're still going to exist. You're going to be right here. Right now, if you have a TV, and if you're watching the football game, and that's what you want to watch, but if your wife says, hey, change the channel, I want to put on the home shopping network. Well, that home shopping network is existing at the same time. Just because you're watching the football game and can't see the home shopping network, it's still happening at the same time, existing. Now, you may never see it, but if you comply and change the channel, i.e., be an example of when you die, you're going to be on a different frequency. I proved the afterlife. You look at the picture, or look at that look at that YouTube short that I made, where there's a picture that I took, and there's a vent behind me and smoke coming out behind me from a clothes dryer on a cool night, and in the smoke, you could literally see a spirit behind me, but it literally is. It's like when you see Predator in the movie where like he's see through. Oh no, that person's really there. So just because when you die, you don't lose your form. You're not bound by this physical world anymore. It's almost like this whole world is a physical test created by the spirit world. Yeah, how you doing? All right, Joshua. You smoke cigars, or are you a robot? Are you a cigar smoker, or are you a robot? Oh, don't that say hi. Yeah, just that's it. Do you smoke cigars? Do you? Do you smoke cigars? Name me one cigar. Richie's password. Give me a cigar size. Name me one type of tobacco. Name me. That's what I thought. God, robots. Well, what we have here is an aged My Father cigar, a Jaime Garcia. Now, how much time is on this? That I don't know. But definitely more than a year. I would say more than 2 years. Look at that cellophane. When the cellophane is put into it, it's normally clear. And look at that. Oh, yeah. It's got some time on it. Now, this is a size I don't normally have. It's a short Robusto. It's still a full-size cigar, but it feels like it's a gigantic Rothschild. A 4.5 by 52, give or take. And here we have it. I have big hands, so I can hide the cigar in my hand. Perhaps it's a work cigar. If I just put aluminum foil in my hand, I could smoke it like this. If I had some time. No, I can't do that. Anyways, though, it's a full cigar, full weight, thick looking. I believe it was Connecticut broadleaf Maduro, right? Right? What was this? Yes, it's up there. Nicaraguan fillers. What's the wrapper? I can't see the wrapper. Can I get a fucking Jonathan? Do you smoke cigars? I can't do this. Can I get a blend check on this? Where's PG and Geo? These bots are coming. Where's PG and Geo? Where's Sacco? I thought this was Connecticut broadleaf. I thought. I know the fillers are Nicaraguan. Like I said, there's a lot of age on this. Now I've had this cigar here for about a day and a half, and just left it in the cellophane, but just left it no humidor, just giving it time to kind of shed a little moisture. I hope you're doing well, and that's that. I really thought this was Connecticut broadleaf. This is the My Father website. The Jaime Garcia. Looks like a well-made cigar. Thick, toothy-looking wrapper. These are very affordable. I mean, you're not going to have a Liga number 9 experience, but I paid $6 Pennsylvania for this. Now, that's a phenomenal price for a solid mid-tier cigar. Some people, including Gio, really enjoy the cigar. And that might be one thing I agree on. I always felt the cigar was solid, affordable, dark, chocolatey, definitely dirty, but not as dirty as a Oliva Master Blend 3. That's a very dirty cigar. If you want to have a dirty cigar and understand how dirty cigars can be, go smoke a Master Blends 3. But buy it online. Somehow at lounges, Master Blends 3 was going for like $3 a cigar online. Like 5-packs or $15. Okay. And somebody at lounges started selling Master Blends 3 for $16.99 in Florida. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But that cigar, it ain't it. That is not it. That is not it. Okay. Yeah. So gentle heat, can't stress it enough. Can't stress it enough. So gentle heat. Oh yeah. All right, baby. Nice aromatics. Very thick tobacco. Kind of spin it very slowly. Give it time to heat up. Don't go out on a match. This is a good match. Don't go out. Don't go out. Don't go out. Don't go out. So you went out, son of a bitch. I was trying to get this whole thing in one match. These matches are quite old, a couple of years. I think I got them in Florida. I gotta admit, for a short cigar, my drawer is a little snug. That I'm not happy about. Will that change? I don't know. Right there, medium full. Right there, medium full. A lot of flavor. Now, did time totally smooth this out? I gotta admit, it feels a little less dirty than it normally does. With this kind of cellophane, if I had to guess, more than 2 years. Is 2 years enough time to affect the cigar, depending on the blend? I think so. I'll say this: if a cigar is already ready, like been primed and aged to perfection, the sample Opus X or Anejo or Padron 26 Maduro out the box, you don't need to give it 2 years. And in fact, I wouldn't give it 2 years. You paid for those cigars to be ready. Those blends are already out the box. No assembly required. A cigar like Jaime Garcia, you can still smoke it out the box, ready to go. Expect it to be a fuller, heavier, spicier, dirtier experience, but they might like that. Um, Heavy, medium, full. Heavy on the milk chocolate, quite nice. It is earthy, but right now not as earthy as I recall it. The finish is not super long yet, but maybe that's effect from the of the aging. Like I said, I wish I didn't see a box. I didn't see a box. What do you call it? A box date on that, but I digress. Is the Jaime Garcia a good cigar? Yeah, the Jaime Garcia has been out over 10 years. The Jaime Garcia has been a good cigar for a long time. And that means something. You have a cigar that's solid and respected, and it's been reliable, and enjoyable for over 10 years. In this world, that means something. If something's been good for over 10 years, it deserves a little more respect than normal. So, Jaime Garcia, here's to you. I'll salute Jaime Garcia. That's Scotch. We're celebrating tonight, Saturday night. Mm. Mm. Dewar's 12. Let me tell you something. If you're looking for a very smokable, easy to love Scotch, honey, sweet, syrupy. There's some spice in the back of that Scotch, but it's very smooth. The finish is very, very non-bitter, non-harsh. Dewar's 12. It might be one of the best values in the Scotch business. It's probably one of the most affordable 12-year Scotch. That's actually really great. So I've had some shittier brands 12-year Scotch. Chivas Regal 12 is not bad, but this is Dewar's 12 is superior to Chivas 12. Superior, but nothing wrong with Chivas. The Dewar's 12 is better. In my opinion, it's a better blend. Cigars ramp it up in strength. I'll tell you what, even though the cigar's got a couple of years on it, it's not dead. It's quite enjoyable. I don't recall if I've ever had it in this size. I mean, it doesn't matter. I remember I smoked this. This cigar comes in over 5 sizes, maybe 10. The cigar comes in a lot of sizes, so you know. Could you enjoy this? Oh yeah. Getting a good smoke output, but my band can't move, and it makes me wonder if it's slightly squishy. I should have let it. I should have taken down the cellophane yesterday. I should have let it shed more moisture than I did. And it's still smoking great. But I will say that the humidor that I went to, um, it was stupidly wet in there. the size of the humidor to the size of the this big PVC pipe coming out of the ceiling. You went in there, it was just the amount of smoke in there. It looked like when stoners are in their car smoking. There's a lot of smoke. Right there, we're almost at full strength. And the slight grittiness of this, where you could feel the depth of the soil on this tobacco. There's a texture to this cigar that I enjoy. It's almost like when you're in dirt, but it's not in a bad way. I think the Jaime Garcia has got a good balance of sweetness and dirtiness, and I mean it. There's a grit, like how you doing, Mario? There's a certain grit to this cigar, the Jaime Garcia. Yeah, I guess you can really call the Jaime Garcia like the working man's Liga Number Nine. You know, not as nice, not as special, not as expensive. Um, but it's not like if you were smoking a Jaime Garcia, you're having a bad night. What are you, too good to enjoy this cigar? I think the Jaime Garcia is a very enjoyable cigar. I smoked it once. I think it was in a tremendous size. I feel like it was a weird size, almost like a torpedo. But I feel like it was 62 or it was it was bigger than 60. It was a massive size. At this point, we're almost at full strength, so I got nothing bad to say about it. Do I think it's a crazy complex cigar? No. Do I think it's enjoyable and it gets the job done? Yeah, it gets the job done. It gets the job done. Nothing bad to say about it. It gets the job done. I would have definitely liked to shed a little more moisture, though. Um, it's rather thick tobacco, and it's been in that wet humidor for a long time. In Pennsylvania, $6. This is a short robusto, 4.5 by like 52, give or take. Um, if you go online, you could probably get a similar price. I mean, $6 for a solid mid-tier cigar. I mean, it's a very affordable cigar, you know. So it is what it is. Oh, we're hitting things. So it's more easier when I'm in my Corolla. When I'm in the Corolla, also I can be louder. Here's the thing: I'm sober in the Corolla because I'm driving a car, even though I'm sitting in a car. If you're sitting in a car, you can't be drinking. Now, if you're in the back seat and someone else is driving, I don't see why you couldn't be drinking because there's no legal way you could drive. If you're sitting in the back seat and there's no one in the front seat, in the driver's seat, probably a bad idea to be drinking. Why? Well, what's to stop you from hopping over? They could say you hopped out of the driver's seat. But if someone's driving you and you're drinking in the back, there's no legal discretion. If the driver can get pulled over if he has to provide his ID. I guess you're one of those states where you have to, absolutely. But yeah, yeah. You guys probably want me to move my head, right? All right. This is a little more happy right here. A little more positive vibe. You know, life can be a very depressing, sad place. And what I mean is, you might not be a very sad or depressing person, but your surroundings is not reciprocating the happiness or joy or love that you're looking for, or trying to put out. Two things you could do. Well, three things. You could keep it to yourself and Just be neutral about it. You can go off the deep end, or you could try new things. And I'm not talking about sodomite behavior. What I'm saying is you might have to go to different places, different things, and press your luck in other ways. Uh, Life has highs and lows. Yeah, we're almost at full strength right here, and there's definitely, as we're getting into the cigar, about 3/4 of an inch. There's definitely some grittiness to it, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's got a little bit of dirtiness to the cigar, but it reminds you why it's an affordable. I believe it's a Connecticut broadleaf. I thought that's what it said on the website. PG normally checks it. PG's not here. PG's ruining my night. Sacco went to the range today, so he's probably cleaning his stuff. It's also too early for Sacco. It's 6:30 in California. Hey, it is what it is. Nobody cares. If you're here, I wish you a salute. I like it. I think the people that already like Jaime Garcia already like it. So I don't need to convince you. But I'm also not going to lie to you. Is it better than the Liga number 9? No. Is it better than the Anejo? No. Is it better than VSG? No. Um, so why would you still smoke it? Well, it's a lot cheaper. If this cigar was like $14, no, I wouldn't really recommend buying a Jaime Garcia for $14. For $6, yeah. Under $10 for like $8, $9 for the larger one, sure. But here in PA, I could smoke VSG for $15. I could smoke Opus X, depending what size, really, when they have them in the Cigar International, $18 to $22. I could smoke a Nejo Sharks, dead serious when they have them. I was getting Fuente and Nejo Sharks for, was it $12.60? So yeah, I'm gonna smoke the Shark over this. But those aren't always available. Next time they have those available, I think I'm just gonna buy the box. I don't know why I didn't buy the box. I'd buy two. Um, yeah, but is this as good as the Ashton Ace Maduro? No. Is this as good as the Macanudo Maduro? Let me tell you something. Macanudo Maduro, the one with the brown label, the brown tubo. Don't sleep on that Macanudo. Those two cigars, the Ashton Ace Maduro and the Macanudo Maduro and the Hemingway Maduro, those are some great Those are some great Maduros without being too expensive and without being so strong and really being kind of like a positive vibe Maduro. Ashton Age Maduro and Macanudo Maduro and Hemingway Maduro. Those are the heroes around upper mid tier Maduros. Without getting so crazy expensive. And they're generally pretty easy to find when they're here in Pennsylvania. They have plenty of Hemingway Maduros over at Cigar International and at Best Cigar Pub. So. I will say this: it's almost full strength, solid construction, extremely slow burning. With 24 minutes in, and realistically, would say we've been smoking for 20 minutes and we're barely an inch. Um, let's have another sip of scotch. I salute to Sacco. Sacco, here's to your balls. Salute to everyone. Let me tell you something. Sam Adams makes some great beers. Yeah, I'm near Wilkes-Barre. I'm 2 hours. So I'm 2 hours north, straight run from Philly. Just take the 309. I'm 15 out from Scranton. PA is a strange place. There's moments of PA that are majestic and vast and wooded and rivers. Really, you can get lost in PA in the country very fast. I mean, it's all for you. Also, you can get lost real fast out there, and weird things can happen out there. Also, a lot of great food, pizzas, a lot of good Mexican area food, but also a lot of homelessness, a lot of abandoned buildings. The vibe is kind of like godforsaken, and it doesn't look like it always was. You could tell that Pennsylvania used to be a magnificent state with no bad areas. What I mean is bustling factories and trains and coal. Um, every man could afford a house and a family with 5 or 6 kids, and beautiful churches on multiple beautiful churches on every corner. No, I agree with you. Of course, you know, but I'm not talking about the people themselves. I'm talking about just like when you're driving around. You come up to Nepa, you drive around through Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, Nanticoke. Um, Shinny was nice. Laceyville, although nothing there, was some nice, good area to fish and hunt. Um, it is what it is, you know. Pennsylvania is the Florida of the North, or I should say, Florida is the Pennsylvania of the South. Florida and Pennsylvania are the same place, just two different North and South. A lot of guns, a lot of fireworks, a lot of freedom, a lot of cigars. The two best states for cigars in this country is South Florida, even though it's a whole state, but and Pennsylvania. The taxes, the prices on cigars in Pennsylvania are the best. And the second best would really be South Florida. The amount of cigars in South Florida, though, the selection. You got all those people down there, Perdomo, Padron, E.P. Carrillo, all those guys, they're all down there in South Florida. So um, it's interesting. Yeah, those are the two things I was concerned about in the last two states. Florida's great with guns and tobacco, and so is Pennsylvania. So, yeah. Florida, I'll say this Florida has more things to do as far as because of good weather, although it's hot. But if you like going to the beach, that was nice. If you like going to the beach, that's nice. That fresh air, the salty air. I used to love going for night walks on the beach, along the beach in South Florida, Delray Beach, smoking cigars, daytime, nighttime, and there was a lot of boardwalks down there, so you could stop and have a cappuccino and smoke a cigar. And South Florida, though, it's not cheap anymore. Like, yeah, but yeah, there's a lot to do down there. was great fishing in South Florida. Some of my fondest memories is going out on this fishing boat my father used to love to go on. And I went on it with him. I went there, I think, late July, early August. I went there with my father. Um, we went fishing, great time. We went to the range. We just had a great time. He made pancakes and watched his Three Stooges. Yeah, yeah, yeah. South Florida's a good place. Crowded though, but a good buzz. There's a lot to do in South Florida. Whether you're in the Gold Coast there, what is that? South of Melbourne, what is that? West Palm Beach. West Palm Beach, cool vibe. Orlando is just a money trap. Orlando, just driving on the highway is going to cost you $20 an hour. Orlando, they turned the highway into Disney World. I met my daughter in Orlando, whatever the area right next to Orlando, whatever they call that place, and Kissimmee, Florida, something like that. I think I drove around for like 2 days with my daughter doing stuff in Orlando and Kissimmee, different places and shopping and restaurants and bowling, whatever, movies. And oh my God, what they charge that Easy Pass. The traffic near Disney World, holy shit. Yeah. Here, here, you go to vacation in Florida to go and do things, and I get that. PA, you come up here, there's nothing like, man, the woods out in PA, people just, if you got property, you could just shoot guns in your property up here in PA or go deer hunting and, go fishing off some creek, river, it's a lot of history here in Florida. I've been down to Gettysburg, a lot of cool stuff. It's a very slow burning cigar. It's a very slow burning cigar. Great construction though. What are we getting? Definitely milk chocolate. Definitely a lot of black pepper spice. And definitely some gritty dark earth. I'd say the darkness on this cigar is about 80%. I would also say though, all that time on this cigar, it's been a couple of years. There's no way you get that cellophane that dark. The couple of years this cigar had on it, it definitely smoothed it out a little bit. So I gotta give it. The cigar aged well. The cigar's aged well. Well, China announced a $1,370 humanoid creature. I don't know why you'd want a toddler robot. Is it going to be teething? Is it just going to be pissing everywhere? It's like, oh, sorry, my robot's not potty trained. And are they going to be selling diapers for robots? You know. See, here's the thing. They've been blocking my channel for a while. And some nights my channel, like the other night, Thursday night, we did a live, really, really hopping. And some nights, it's not hopping. And that's okay. People will watch it later. Some nights, a lot of guys are watching, and they're just like, maybe they're also like watching the football game, so they're not interacting. Brother, it's all good. Also, depending on the cigar, some guys don't give a shit about certain cigars. You know, they don't. If I just type in Opus X, all of a sudden we'll have a bunch of guys here. If I type in like Quorum cigars, nobody. We're gonna drop the ash. Didn't need it though. The ash was strong and solid. Yeah, so I don't know what the hell you're gonna do with this. Next at 10. Well, it's official. OnlyFans is the most profitable company in the world per employee. Of course, this doesn't mean OnlyFans is making employees make 37 million, but the value of the company of OnlyFans versus the amount of employees. I'm sure there's a lot of employees because just as the actresses or whatever the hell they're doing, it's one out of every like 9 or 8 women now from the age of 18 to 25 is a prostitute now on OnlyFans. Um, More than 10% of the young women are on this. But here's the thing they don't realize. These young guys or old guys or whoever's buying this OnlyFans bullshit, um, eventually they're just guys are going to replace the woman actresses on these OnlyFans porn star stuff. They're going to get replaced with robots and AI. That's happening. It's going to happen. If they're replacing men in the factory with robots, you don't think they're going to replace the women on the OnlyFans with robots? Because the robots never get old, and robots don't get AIDS. Well, this is a fact, yeah. Jason Garcia. Yeah, this is a very enjoyable cigar. The one I'm smoking is with a lot of age. This cigar's got really brown cellophane. Really brown cellophane. So that's why I bought it. I said, wow, this thing's got time on it. So with all the years of time on this cigar, it's a short Robusto. Um, it's still almost full strength. 80% darkness. But I would say that it definitely smoothed it out a little bit. Is it still a strong cigar? Yeah, but I would definitely. The cigar seems a little classier with all this time on it. So, what I'd rather have though, I think for me, I still prefer. I would have this cigar right away or within a year. I don't think because I like the Jaime Garcia being kind of like a dirty, strong, affordable cigar. But with all this time, it's still enjoyable. At least we know that with it says a couple of years on it. With a couple of years on this cigar, did it age out? No, it's still a strong cigar, but it's much smoother. It's definitely not as earthy. And I like the dirty earthy of the cigar. But what I've noticed on cigars, especially darker, strong cigars, when they have a couple of years on them, one of the because especially if it's a cigar I've already smoked a lot, and then I get to try one that's 4 year, 5 year of age. A lot of those cigars they lose a lot of the earthiness, because I've smoked a Master Blends 3 with a lot of time on it. I forget who sent it to me. Was it Dream Life? It was years ago, and the earthiness definitely dropped. Still had earth, but it wasn't. You smoke a Jaime Garcia or a Master Blends 3. Those are some stout cigars. I wouldn't smoke those back to back. That's my opinion. Guys, nothing beats vagina. The vagina OnlyFans is 18 times more profitable than Apple. Apple has how many employees to make, transport, and sell their products? And Apple, multi-billion-dollar company. I don't know if it's 100 billion, but Apple, a massive company, Apple, $2.4 million generated per employee. Chochaville, 37. Why? Because the chocha don't cost anything. You're born with it. No, no, no. They're going to have this solidarity. They're going to have this inversion where a conversion we're heading towards people putting technology in their body. And the people have already put technology in their body with these nanobots in these COVID shots. That rhymes. Nanobots in the COVID shots, having a heart attack because of blood clot. Yeah, yeah. Nanobots. Yeah, it's in there. So, yeah, no. The human experience is over. It's over. It's over. Yeah. Here's the thing. Yeah, it is. California made a new law this year, starting in 2026, that children from the age of 8 to 16 have to start wearing booster seats. Wow. Did you read that? Imagine being a 14-year-old in a booster seat when mom goes to the drive-thru. I mean, here's the thing. You know, a lot of these kids are too fat. When I was growing up, there was no fat kids. I mean, when I was growing up, a fat kid was like a kid that, maybe gained 10 pounds. These kids now, you got these kids that are 10 years old that are 180 pounds at 10. These kids are not going to fit. You got these 12-year-old, 13-year-old kids that are like 300 pounds. They're diabetic. They're having heart attacks. They're on insulin shots. Yeah, I'm screwed. Oh. Did you ever want to have breakfast at Richie's house? Here's some nice eggs, crispy but not burnt bacon, and prunes, and a cigar. One day I'll raffle off a prize where people get to come and have a breakfast with Richie. Smoke cigars, go to the woods, shoot guns, clean guns, and smoke cigars again, drink scotch, and just talk. Have a human experience. Not like that. I'm not gonna clap your cheeks. We're gonna sign waivers. There's no cheek clapping. That's not for me. Yeah, a lot of people like dates. I think for me, dates always had a weird look. That's just me though. I like figs as well, but prunes is my number one. Prunes is fantastic. Yeah, those kind of things you gotta clean out your colon. You gotta clean out your colon, man. Sorry, mama. You gotta clean out your colon. Where am I gonna put this cigar experience? Well, I don't think the Jaime Garcia ever was an amazing cigar. And this experience is definitely not amazing, but it's definitely better than just good and average. I think the Jaime Garcia falls into around being a very good cigar. More than good, not amazing, not godlike. It's a very good cigar, though. It's reliable, it's been around, it does what it does well. So for me, Jaime Garcia, a 4.6. A very respectable, slightly dirty, edgy cigar that's affordable. Anyone could enjoy it if you don't mind a slightly dirty, edgy, strong cigar. If you like cigars like the 601 Box Fresh Maduro, you might like this. If you like cigars like the Oliva V Maduro, you might like this. If you like cigars like the Milano V Maduro, you might like this. If you like cigars like the Padron 64 Maduro, You might like this. Now, the Anejo and the Ashton VSG uh, and the Liga number 9, those are all a major step above this cigar. That's it, my friend. In the end, we all go back to dust. That's it. That's it. Well, here we have the sodomites. Remember we had the Bonnie Blue? Bonnie Blue banged 1,000 men in 12 hours. Well, now you have these sodomites trying to do 1,000 bottoms versus one top. They're going to make AIDS 2.0. So apparently they're going to try to have 1,000 young men bend over, and this guy's going to just put it in 1,000 guys. How is he? How? I don't want to think about this, but we have to talk about the news. This guy's going to try to put it in 1,000 cheeks in one night. I don't know. I just hope Jesus comes back really soon. I'm done with this place. It's enough. That's enough. Listen, you can't be, you can't be. Who's clapping 1,000 sodomite cheeks in one day? I don't like this place. Cohiba Black. Yeah, Cohiba Black is solid. Oh yeah, guys. I mean, this is just fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Well, here we have on No Jumper. This guy's talking about stuff, street shit, happened in the hood. This guy's talking about that dudes were trading booty for candy painted cars. Well, that's an expensive trade. Because cars don't last forever. But losing your back chocha for like a 66 Camaro, is it worth it? Was it worth it? Was that Oldsmobile worth your calling? He says dudes were trading booty for candy painted cars. I mean, look, it's a terrible trade. But I've seen and heard people trading their back chocha for less, for way less. I'm not advertising anyone should be trading their back chocha with other men. But a 67 Mustang, I mean, the resale value. Oh, God, I hate this place. We can't have anything nice. Oh, we already saw that. Well, that's pretty much it. That pretty much covers the news. I'm not really into the news tonight. I'll tell you what, it's a slow burn on the cigar. Although I don't think anyone's ever accused of my father's cigars burning too fast. I think my father's cigars always are on the heavier, thicker side. My salute. Mm. Wow, that's solid. Dewish 12 is a solid scotch. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to keep on smoking this. I'm really enjoying it. Simplistic, heavy cigar, 80% darkness. If you like cigars like Camacho, Triple Maduro, you might like this cigar. A dark, heavy, affordable, strong cigar. 4.6. And this had a lot of age, and it didn't ruin the cigar. So I'll see you guys around. Everyone stay fresh. And for everyone watching this later on, you guys don't go to prison. You're not going to get a muscle car for trading your cheeks over there. You might get a pack of ramen noodles. I'll see you around.